today's session, we are going to see the Unit 1 analytic functions. So, the course outcome for this analytic function, evaluate differential equations using Bessel's and Legendre's and to construct the analytic function. Now, we are going to see the outline of this topic, functions of complex variable, limits and continuity, Cauchy-Riemann equation, analytic functions, construction of analytic function, properties of analytic function, then series solution using Bessel's and Legendre's. So now we are going to into the session 1 introduction part. So first we are going to see the what is a function. The definition of the function is if a and b are any two sets, then a function from capital A to B is a rule that assigns to each element of capital A exactly one element of capital B. So here see this example. So here we have the 1, 2, 3 in a one set A. Then another set we have M, N, P, Q. So now mapping from 1 to M, then 2 to N, then 3 to Q. That is each element in A maps only one element in capital B. So the mapping of each element, exactly the one element is called the function. So next we are going to see the real life example of a function. An input X from a domain capital X is fed into the machine and the machine spits out the element y is equal to f of x from the codomain capital Y. Below the domain is visualized as a set of spheres and the codomain is a set of cubes. So that the function machine transforms spheres into cubes. That is here consider the one machine. So in this machine they are taken as the spheres as the inputs and the cubes as the outputs. So for each input we get the only one output. So this is the examples of real life example of a function. So next we are looking to the complex variable, complex number. So you are all heard about the complex number. Complex number is nothing but when we combine a real number and imaginary number, we get the complex number. So what is a real number? So real numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up to infinity. The imaginary numbers are that is a multiple term of a I. That is called the imaginary number. So both the combining of real and imaginary numbers is called the complex number. Next, we are see the application of a complex number. So one good example of a application of complex number is a. So if we know the kaleidoscope in a childhood age, we have everyone have a kaleidoscope. So in that kaleidoscope, if you view that picture, so it will rotate. But the symmetry of this will be the picture will go beyond that is interiorly it will go. If that is a beautiful picture uh, will get every time if you're rotating that kaleidoscope. It is a plot of what happens when you take the simple equation z square plus c, both the complex numbers, and feed the result back into the z time and the time again. The color shows fast z square plus c grows and black means it stays when the certain range. So now we are going to look at the some we relating this video. Just watch this video. Hope you all understand the application of the complex number. So where the complex number is applying. So now we are going to the next one, functions of a complex variable. So a complex function w is equal to u plus iv. Wait. Functions of a complex variable. A complex function w is equal to u plus iv is of a complex variable z is equal to x plus iy is introduced as a complex valued function of two real variables x and y. So here w is nothing but a complex function. U and v are the complex variable. X and y are the two real variables. So now we are going to see the what is the limit and the continuity of a function. Let f of z be a single valued function defined at all points in some neighborhood of a point z0. Then the limit of f of z as z approaches z0 is w0. That is, if you take the limit z tends to z0, z0 is a neighborhood of a point, f of z is equal to w0. The next continuity of a function. The function f of z is continuous as z tends to z0 if the following two statements are true. If these two conditions satisfied, the function is a continuity function. F of z0 exists. Then if you take the limit z tends to z0, f of z exists and is equal to f of z0, then therefore the function is called the continuity of a function. Next we are going to some definitions of this unit. First we are going to see the single valued function. So what is a single valued function? If for each value of z in R, so R is nothing but the real axis, real plane, there is a corresponding only one value of w, then the w is called the single value of z. That is in a real plane, z is z, then there is a corresponding only one value of w. For z, we have only one value of w, then the w is called the single value of z. For example, w is equal to z square and w is equal to 1 by z. These are the example for the single valued function. Now multiple valued function, if for each value of z in capital R, there is a correspondingly more than one value of w, then w is called the multiple value of z. Neighborhood of a point. The neighborhood of a point z0 is a small circular region including a points on the boundary with center at z0. That is mod z minus z0 less than delta. Here delta is a small positive number. Next we are going to see what is the derivative of a function. The definition of a complex derivative of a complex function is similar to that of a real derivative of a real function. For a function f of z, the derivative of f at z0 is defined as f dash of z0 is equal to limit z tends to z0 f of z minus f of z0 by z minus z0. Provided, of course, that the limit exists. If the limit exists, we say f is analytic at z0 or f is differentiable at z0. If this is the derivative of a function, so here if a limit values exist, then the function is called the analytic function or then the function is differentiable at z0. Next we are going to see the partial derivatives. Before getting to the Cauchy-Riemann equation, we remind you about the partial derivatives. That is, first we know before going to the Cauchy-Riemann equation, we should be aware of the partial differential equation. If u of x comma y is a function of two variables, then the partial derivatives of u are defined as dou u by dou x of x comma y equal to limit delta x tends to 0 u of x plus delta x comma y minus u of x comma y by delta x. That is, the derivative of u holding y constant. Dou u by dou y of x comma y is equal to limit delta y tends to 0 u of x comma y plus delta y minus u of x comma y by delta y. That is the derivative of u holding x as constant. So next we are looking to the Cauchy-Riemann equation. The important features of Cauchy-Riemann equations are this Cauchy-Riemann equation is also known as D'Alembert-Euler equation. Next, this Cauchy-Riemann is used to check the differentiability of a complex function. Next, this is used to verify the analyticity of a function. Next, this is used to find the harmonic conjugate of a function. So now the Cauchy-Riemann equation is continued. It is in the Cartesian form. Then the Cauchy-Riemann equation is the necessary condition for the complex function f of z is equal to u of x comma y plus I v of x comma y be analytic in a region capital R, or dou u by dou x is equal to dou v by dou y, and dou v by dou x is equal to dou minus dou u by dou y. That is, in a simple notation, ux is equal to vy and vx is equal to minus uy. In a polar form, if f of z is equal to u of r comma theta plus I v of r comma theta is differentiable at z is equal to r e power I theta, then dou u by dou r is equal to 1 by r into dou v by dou theta, and dou v by dou r is equal to minus 1 by r dou u by dou theta. That is, in a simple notation, ur is equal to 1 by r v theta, vr is equal to minus 1 by r v theta. So next we are going to see what is the necessary and sufficient condition of CR equation. The necessary and sufficient condition for a function f is equal to u plus iv to be analytic are that the four partial derivatives of its real and imaginary parts, that is the four partial derivatives at nothing but dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou u by dou y, then dou v by dou x, satisfying the Cauchy-Riemann equation. The four partial derivatives of real and imaginary parts are continuous. So next we see the analytic function in the next session. Thank you.